So everything's going crazy.
Yeah.
You're getting phone calls and emails from all around. You're trying to restructure, and it's just like you said, cat's out the bag and on fire.
Mm-hmm.
When does the UPS thing happen, and how does that happen?
Okay.
Because that was the first thing that I saw, and I think probably a lot of people might have seen as well. And if you haven't seen it, I'll link it in the description because it's fantastic.
Yeah. The UPS deal came about when the cat was out of the bag. This happened with Jamie Lee Curtis, and we can talk about that later. But the place was on fire in a very best way, and then COVID happened. Like, I felt like we were going into warp speed. What was it? 2020, 2021. It's a blur now. But I thought we were just that was our year. The movie was going to come out. The documentary was going to come out. We had chapters established in every state. We were on fire, and then COVID. I felt like it just pulled the plug. So we really had to figure out, okay, this is based on a physical touch. What are we going to do? But fortunately, we had our social media following.
Yeah.
And so we were able to keep the momentum going and keep the community and the families connected that way. And so we thought, what can we do? And then one of our board members was preparing a care package for their son.
Yeah.
And we thought, it was an aha moment.
There it is, yeah.
So we started making care packages. And, being a small nonprofit, we depend on donations. And we really hadn't acquired any funding or any sponsors or anything. So...
well, because you're not thinking about it, because you didn't think COVID's going to happen. No. Nobody expected COVID to happen, right? Yeah.
So we started doing care packages as we could, and we started posting online, and people would nominate. Say if they heard of an individual who's alone or feeling, alienated, they would nominate that person, and then we would make the care package for them.
Yeah.
And so UPS found out about it, and my board, there was a few members on the board who knew that what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
And they didn't tell me until, they didn't tell me. They
said you roll up the shutter doors and everyone's like,
yes,
yeah.
Yes. They said we were in a competition with some other nonprofits just to, be nominated for something. I didn't really know. I was just happy to go along with it. And so they... we're going to be at my house, and they said, well, we're going to be at your house like at 7:30 the next morning. I thought, okay.
Great, thanks.
At 6:45, a huge moving van comes in front of my house, and they start unloading porta potties and tables, because we're in the height of COVID, or the onset.
Yeah.
And so they have a COVID tester there who checks everybody's temperature, coming and going, and tables for the crew, and there must have been probably 80 or 100 people in my front yard.
It's 6:45 in the morning.
Yeah. And I'm like trying to, put my eyebrows on.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I was shocked and amazed, but I thought, okay,
sure, this is
I'm pretty
it,
gullible. I can be gullible, apparently.
Yeah.
Obviously. So anyway, we spent a couple of days together with this wonderful, film crew. And then, they say, well, we're going to pick you up tomorrow, and we're going to just go around the sites, and we want you to show us around 39th Street, because I love 39th Street.
Yeah.
And so we're driving around, and then suddenly they start going downtown. I thought, and Parker and I were in the car with two of the members of the crew. I said, what are we doing? Where are we going? Yeah. And I said, hey, where are we going? Can you tell me about it so I can at least be prepared of who I'm going to be meeting with? And they just were very vague about it. And then we get out of the car, we turn the corner, and there's our president of the nonprofit, our executive director, Katrina, who runs our social media and PR. It's like, what is going on? And then all the rest in the video. In fact, I'm not 100% sure, but I think it won the Webby Awards.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, but it hasn't been announced. But people voted on it, and last I heard, it was like
crazy.
A very high possibility of winning the Webby Awards.
Yeah. Oh, it's mad, isn't it? Yeah.
They did a great job with it.
It's fantastic. It is
really
good.
Captured it, and they donated $10,000. And unbeknownst to me, they acquired all the things that we were putting, because we only had like maybe 100 that we could mail out as a nonprofit, but they acquired all the things that we were putting in there, and they bought it all.
Just
for 400 packages to be mailed out, and they paid for the deliveries.
Amazing.
I mean, it just blew my mind.
One of these significant moments in the journey of the story that keeps you on track, keeps you like, this is why we're doing this, right?
Oh.
This is just another reason why I'm doing this, because you know, and it fuels you, doesn't it? You see this and like people get it, they're on board. You know, giant company like UPS is like, yeah, sure, we'll help out for sure, and we'll do this.
It was great. It was a wonderful experience. I mean, we've had a lot of wonderful times just like that. Just, you know, people donating $5, you know, for the banquet, or, you know, for care packages, and it's been great.
Yeah.